So we're going to start reclining flat on the back today. Do have a strap handy. If you don't have a strap, don't worry about it. We can work without it. So we're going to start reclining flat on the back, much like Shavasana. So the arms and the legs extend, the palms face up. Let your eyes close. And this initial moment is all about observing your own posture by letting your body relax heavy on the ground. So just noting what parts of the body easily relax into the ground and which parts of the body might be resisting that a little bit. Whatever you've been up to lately, you may still feel it echoing through the body. See if you can let it drop away now. You're going to begin to slow down your breath as a means to relax the body even more. All right, so there's parts of the body that only the breath can really get to. So begin to elongate your inhalations. Begin to extend and lengthen your exhalations. I want to build on this slow breath. So keep breathing slowly, but now bend your legs and plant the soles of the feet on the ground. So feet will be as wide as your hips, heels walk close in towards your hips, and let your palms face down now as your fingertips reach towards the top of your mat. We're going to come right into dynamic bridge. So with your next inhalation, you're going to slowly begin to lift the hips up. The arms reach all the way up towards the ceiling and all the way overhead as you fill with breath. And then with your exhale, slowly roll down. The arms slowly descend down. Okay, that's your pattern. Inhale, the tailbone lifts towards the knees. Exhale, roll down to feel every inch of the spine as the arms descend down. Keep going. Do one more, slowest round. Good. Once you release the back down, draw the knees into the chest, give the legs a hug. Keep breathing slowly. interlace your fingers around your right knee, extend your left leg straight on the mat, flex your left foot as you pull your right knee in towards you. Everything we're doing, it's simply an addition to the slowness of your breath. And now from here, you're going to add the strap to the sole of your right foot. If you don't have the strap, you could interlace the fingers behind the thigh or slide the hands up the leg any amount. Otherwise, we lasso the right foot with the strap. You slide your hands up the strap so the arms are more or less straight, but do let your shoulders relax down towards the ground. And then slow breath. And you might continue to use the strap. I'm going to take my first 2 fingers around my big toe. If that's possible for you, you could do that as well. Slow breath. As you draw the right leg in towards you, press your right thigh forward away from you. You'll feel your inner thighs scissor in towards one another. One more round of breath. Good. Now from here, bend your left leg. Plant the sole of your left foot on the ground. We're going to twist. So cross your right thigh all the way over the left. You put the strap aside. Arms going to open wide. Lift the knees towards the chest. Inhale. And then exhale, release the legs to the left in the spinal twist. Okay, feel free to uncross the legs if this feels like too much. Breathe to feel all sides of the torso. Good. Now with your next breath, engage your abdominal muscles, bring your knees back to center, uncross, and pull your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace the fingers around the left knee, extend the right leg straight, flex the right foot. Keep breathing. Now, you're going to add the strap to the sole of your left foot, or whatever you did on the first side, right? So we're extending the left leg straight. Again, you might use the strap. I'm going to take first 2 fingers around my big toe. Okay, so you're gently drawing that left leg in towards you. As you press your left thigh away from you, you're breathing. One more round of breath. And then from here, bend your right leg. Plant the sole of your right foot on the ground and cross your left thigh all the way over your right. Arms open wide, lift the knees with an inhale, and then exhale the legs to the right. And again, you can uncross the legs if you prefer that. Slow breath. And engage your abdominal muscles with your next breath. Knees come back to center. Just extend both legs straight up towards the sky. Legs might need to bend a little bit, that's fine. Arms alongside the body. Just range of motion of the ankles. I just want you to twirl your feet. Really, this is just a little exploration of movement, range of motion of the ankles. Try to feel every toe. You could point and flex the feet. Point through both feet, and then bend the legs. We're going to roll onto the right side, and come on up to all fours, hands and knees. Okay, spreading your fingers, we're going to come right into the cat-cow. Slow breath. Okay, so with your inhale, you're arching into the cow, you're opening the chest forward. And with your exhale, you're rounding into cat pose. Okay, that's your pattern. Let your slow breath guide you. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Keep going. One more. Okay, now we're going to add on. With your next inhalation, you're going to shift forward to seal pose. So the hips and the chest shift forward, the whole front body opens with an inhale. And then this time with your exhale, the hips will drop back towards your heels in the child's pose, and you stay until you're empty of breath. Do that again. Inhale is the shifting forward to the seal. You linger full of breath. Exhale is the dropping back, child's pose. Keep going. Let's do one more. Exhaling, child's pose. Next time you drop back to the child's pose, pause there. If knees are feeling okay today, let's separate the knees a little bit wider than maybe you usually do, about as wide as your mat. Let the forehead rest down. Again, use contact with the ground to let the body grow heavier. See what could slacken a little bit more here. With your next breath, return to all fours. Step or help the right foot forward between the hands. You can always use blocks here. Curl your back toes under. Lift the back knee off the ground. Okay, so firm and lift your inner left thigh as you reach the top of your chest forward. Back of the neck is long. Breath is present. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another. Now you can stay here. If you feel stable, hover your fingertips off the ground. Keep firming the back thigh. You could stay here. Option. Reach both arms back behind you, palms face down. Place your shoulder blades on your back. Engage your abdominal muscles. So you should feel like you're aerodynamic, kind of like you're flying here, and you're still breathing. Okay, one more round of breath. And then fingertips touch down. Release the back knee down to the ground. Releasing those back toes. And then the arms are going to reach wide enough. And you're going to interlace your fingers overhead, reaching the index finger straight up. So do bend deep into your front leg. And then lift your lower belly, lift your abdominal muscles. I just want you to really reach through your index fingers. Okay, the shoulders are going to want to scrunch up towards your ears. Just let the tops of your shoulders relax. So the lengthening comes from the side waist all the way to your fingertips. And you're breathing slowly. Okay, one more cycle of breath. If you're feeling stable here, you could look up. Good. And then from here, two hands release down. Right knee comes to the ground. Step or help the left foot forward between the hands. You're on your fingertips. Curl the back toes under and lift the back knee off the ground. Feel free to use blocks. Keep breathing. Firm and lift your inner right thigh. Top of the chest is reaching forward. Inner thigh squeeze in. Breathe. And now as you power the feet into the ground, you could stay here or hover your fingertips off the ground without lifting your torso up. All you're doing is lifting the fingertips. Everything is optional. You could stay here or reach your arms back behind you. I want you to turn your palms down and bring your shoulder blades onto your back. You should feel like you could kind of take flight from here. That back leg is very engaged. And you're breathing. One more round of breath. And then from here, fingertips touch down, release the back knee down to the ground. Okay, release the back toes. Come into your low lunge. The arms are going to reach wide enough. Other thumb in front. It's going to feel like the awkward one. Interlace the fingers, index fingers reach straight up. Now do bend deep into your front leg. Do lift your abdominal muscles. And I really want you to lengthen through your fingertips. And just note, the shoulders are going to want to do all the work. Tops of the shoulders relax down. Really the lengthening comes from your sideways, all the way to those index fingers. If you're feeling stable here, for your last round of breath, you might look up. Good. And then from here, release your hands down, return to all fours, and come into your first downward dog. So spread your fingers, curl the toes under, and lift your hips. Okay, first downward dog, explore movement. I like to pedal the legs, you might shift the hips. In your downward dog, your hands press into your mat like you could stretch the mat forward away from you as your heels reach down. One more round of breath. And then from here, walk your hands back to your feet. You're going to walk the hands towards the back of your mat in the forward fold, just letting the head hang. You might move the head a little bit, legs might bend a little bit. Note any expression the face might contain right now and let it go. And then when you're ready, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back and reach the arms away. Shoulder blades gliding in towards one another. We're going to add on. Bend your right leg and look to the left. Roll the chest open to the left. And then come back to center. Bend your left leg and look to the right. Roll your chest open to the right. Okay, we'll do that with breath. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, bend your right leg, and exhale, look to the left. Do it again. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend left, look right. Keep going on your own. Inhale, center. Exhale, you look away from the bent leg. Last time, exhale, looking to the right. And then inhale, come back to center with a big breath. And exhale, release your arms in the fold. Now from here, you're going to walk your hands forward to plank pose. So you're going to walk your hands on forward until your shoulders are right above your wrists. You just feel in plank. You can always drop the knees. I do want you to lengthen your tailbone towards your heels as you squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another. Okay? Top of the chest reaches forward. You're really going to feel your abdominal muscles engaging. A big inhale. Exhale's downward dog. Press the tops of the thighs back. Let's move with breath. Inhale is the plank. Find the plank and activate it. Exhale is the downward dog, shifting back. Do it again. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale. Last time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. We're going to shift to the plank one more time. Inhale, shift forward, find your plank. And this time with your exhale, it's the chaturanga. Pitch forward on the toes, hug the elbows in. You could always drop the knees if you need to. Come on down, point the toes. Sphinx pose, prop yourself up on your forearms. Elbows right underneath the shoulders, forearms are parallel with one another. Okay, begin to draw your shoulder blades in towards one another. And then begin to pull your shoulder blades down your back. So you're really going to feel your chest boosted forward and up. I like to close my eyes in Sphinx, so my breath really directs my attention. One more big inhale here. And then with your exhale, release your chest down. We're going to set up for cobra, so hands are right alongside the ribs. Tops of the feet press into the ground. With your inhale, lift the chest into the cobra and mimic what you just did in your Sphinx. Shoulder blades gliding down the back. Exhale, release. Move at your own pace. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Keep going. You do one more, hold this last one. You might walk your hands a little lower alongside the ribs, and just like Sphinx, shoulder blades glide in and down the back. You actually are trying to pull yourself forward off your mat in your cobra. One more big inhale. And then with your exhale, release down. Okay, curl the toes under. Inhale, press up through the plank or the half plank. And then exhales, down dog. 3 cycles of breath. End of exhale, walk or step the feet forward between the hands. With your inhale, arch up halfway, lengthen the front of your torso. And then with your exhale, fold. Do that again. Inhale, arch up, front torso is like a tabletop, extended. Exhale, fold. Do it again. Inhale, arching up. Exhale, folding. Last time, inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Here, we're going to rise all the way to stand this time. Big inhale, rise up, reach up. And with your exhale, hands together at the heart. Okay, I'm going to face you. We're standing at the top of the mat, feet are as wide as the hips. Interlace the fingers overhead, and like we did before in our lunge, index fingers point straight up, but now side bending. So with your inhale, lengthen both your side bodies, and with your exhale, side bend to the right, the chest faces forward. With your inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, side bending. Do it again, inhale. Okay, let's do one more round. We'll do right and then left. Good. Inhale, come to center, reach up. Exhale, release your arms by your sides. Now bring your big toes together. Heels are slightly apart. It's okay to keep the feet separated if that feels better for your knees. Utkatasana. We're going to sit down deep in the legs, fingertips touch down. Keep the legs deeply bent as you reach your arms to the sky. Okay, so you're pitching your sit bones way back and down as you lift your abdominal muscles. Continue to breathe, adding on. Palms together, big inhale, elbows wide. And with your exhale, hook the right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Do your best to level your knees with one another as you begin to spin your ribs to the left. You're rolling your left shoulder back, you're rolling your left side ribs back as you continue to breathe. Spin the ribs to the left, a final big inhale. And then with your exhale, untwist and fold. Inhale to arch up halfway. Exhale to fold. Utkatasana, bend deep into the legs, touch down, reach the arms to the sky, find the chair pose. Second side, palms together, big inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, hook the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Keep the knees level with one another best you can, and then begin to spin your ribs to the right. I want you to feel like you're pulling your chest forward between your elbows as you spin your ribs to the right. Dynamic breath. Feel more of yourself through your breath. One more big inhale here. Look over your right shoulder, and then with your exhale, untwist and fold. Inhale to arch up halfway. Exhale to fold. Okay, we're going to rise all the way to stand with a big inhale. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Okay, so you're at the top of your mat. I'm going to join you at the top of the mat here. Okay, you're at the top of the mat. I want you to power your feet into the ground and stand tall. So when the feet press down, there's a rebounded lift. The thighs firm, the abdominal center firms. Let's bring the palms together. Okay, you're going to shift the weight into your right foot, and you're going to lift your left knee up, flexing your left foot. That right leg's going to want to bend. Don't let it. Press your right thigh back. And I want you to bring your arms alongside the body like you're pressing your palms back into the wall behind you. We're going to be moving dynamically with breath. So with your next inhale, step your left foot way back to the high lunge. Arms reach up. This is inhale. And then with the exhale, we're returning to the balancing pose. The left foot is flexed, the palms press back. Inhale, we're stepping way back to the high lunge. The abdominal center lifts. And then exhale, palms press back, lift your left knee, flex your left foot. Do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to step back to that high lunge one final time, and this time we'll hold it. Right? So with your next inhale, left foot steps way back. You can always touch down if you need to. You want a generous stance. And then from your abdominal lift, the arms reach wide and up. Similar to our previous lunge, the inner back thigh lifts up as you bend in. Palms face one another. A big inhale. Good. Bring your palms together, and you're simply going to step your left foot forward to join the right. If you need a few hops, that's fine too. Release your arms by your sides, palms face forward, let the face soften. Okay, so self-study, noticing any parts of yourself that might be gripping or trying to overwork here, you take a moment to release that. Now when it comes to balancing, again, we need to press the feet down to find the rebound, right? So the thighs lift, the abdominal center lifts. Palms together, let's shift the weight into the left foot. Okay, shift the weight into the left foot, lift the right knee up, flex the right foot. That left leg's going to want to buckle. Don't let it. Press the left thigh back. And again, arms alongside the body. The palms press back like there's a wall you could press into. Okay, now, with your next inhalation, the right foot steps way back to the high lunge. The arms reach up. That's your inhale. And then exhale, return to the balancing position. Lift the right knee, palms press back. Do it again. Inhale. High lunge. We're challenging the balance. Exhale. Don't let that left leg buckle. Inhalation. High lunge. Exhale. Okay, last one. Big inhale. Stepping back. We're challenging the balance. Exhale, palms press back. Now we're going to step back one more time to that high lunge, right? So with your next inhale, the right foot steps way back. You can always touch down if you need to. Okay, we're reaching the arms to the sky, palms face one another, do bend in, and then find a partnership. Lift the abdominal center in partnership with your inner back thigh lifting up. One more big inhale here, bend in. Well done. And then from here, this time, different transition. 2 hands touch down, step back to down dog. Might be a child's pose moment for you. Paddle the legs. You know, I want to come into a little release after that strengthening. So come to all fours, and we're going to be coming into a twist for the upper back. Okay, so from all fours, you're just going to walk your hands forward a little bit. Right, so the hands are forward of the shoulders a little bit. And with your inhale, the right arm's going to reach out to the side and maybe up. Right arm reaches out and up. And with your exhale, slide your right arm underneath your left, right? So you're going to tuck your right shoulder underneath. Your outer right shoulder, right side of the head rests down on the ground. And then reposition your left hand to make a good handprint for leverage. Right? Your left elbow points up, and you're spinning your ribs to the left. Sit bones point straight back behind you. Okay, so for some of us, this is great leverage and depth, making the handprint. Some of us might want to slide that left hand forward towards the front wall. I like to come onto my fingertips. Okay, you're spinning your ribs to the left and you're breathing slowly. Okay, final round. And then we're going to slowly untwist, returning to all fours. Right, again, the hands are forward a little bit. Second side. Left arm reaches out and maybe up with your inhale. And then exhale, slide your left arm underneath your right. You're going to tuck your left shoulder underneath. Outer left shoulder, left side of the head rests on the ground. Okay. Reposition that right hand to make a handprint for leverage. Right elbow points up, it's helping you spin your ribs to the right, or that option of sliding the right hand forward. Final round of breath, and then slowly untwist, return to all fours. We're going to come back to our downward dog. Good. End of exhale, walk, step, maybe hop the feet forward between the hands. With your inhale, you'll arch up halfway. And with your exhale, fold. Rise with your inhale, stand tall, reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Sun salutation. Inhale, reach wide and up, fill with breath. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, arch up halfway, lengthen. Exhale's plank. Chaturanga. You can repeat cobra or come into upward dog, long inhale. Exhale is the downward dog. Okay, we're going to inhale the right leg to the sky. Level your hips with one another to begin. Make your legs like twins. Keep breathing. Then we're going to bend the right leg and peel the right hip away from the ground. So this is a great hip stretch. I want you to reach your left heel down and really pin your left hip underneath you. Good. level your hips, extend that right leg with an inhale. And then exhale, step or hop right foot forward between the hands, followed by the left. Inhale, you're stepping forward, arch up halfway. Exhale to fold. Rise with your inhale. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Let's do that again. Surya Namaskar, our sun salutation. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, arch, lengthen. Exhale, plank. Your chaturanga, elbows hug in. You choose your back bend, cobra or upward dog. In the upward dog, it's just like Sphinx. Shoulder blades glide in and down the back. And then exhale is the downward dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Start with level hips. Keep breathing. Now let's bend the left leg. Peel the left hip away from the ground. Now really reach that right heel down. I want you to pin your right hip underneath you. It's a deep psoas stretch, a hip flexor stretch. Good. Re-extend, re-level the hips with a big inhale. And then exhale, step or help, left foot forward, followed by the right. Inhale to arch and open. And exhale to fold. Rise with your inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands together at the heart. All right, turn to face your side wall, coming into a generous stance. We'll do some standing poses now. Okay, and I'm going to have the block handy. I'll demonstrate with it in case you're using your block, and I'll also demonstrate a way to do it without the block. Okay. So we're going to start with the block behind the right heel. You know you're using it. Open the arms wide and rotate your right leg. Toes will face forward and left heel releases back. Okay, so stand tall, lengthen your side bodies, big inhale. And then with your exhale, triangle pose, reach long over your right leg. Hand will come to the block, or the hand can come to the shin or the ankle. Top arm reaches up. Spread the ball of your right foot as you pin your right hip underneath you. Firm your back leg. Just like our balancing that we did, that back leg wants to buckle, don't let it, a firm back leg. Good. Now you're going to wrap your left arm behind your back. Wrap the left arm behind your back so you can roll your left shoulder back, roll the left side ribs back, chest is opening. And then as the feet power into the ground, your whole torso lengthens over your right leg. Look for your slowest breath here. Keep everything as is, and you're simply going to place that left arm right back up in space. Spin your ribs to the left. Final round. Good, and then from here slowly come on up and bend right into that right leg. Find the warrior two, so the right knee's above the ankle. Might make the stance a little bit longer. And again, back leg, it doesn't bend at all. We're firming that back thigh. Right knee is above the ankle. Now find your abdominal lift. You're going to find you grow a little taller. A big inhale here. With your exhale, reverse the warrior. So we're just going to be here for a couple of breaths. Right arm's reaching overhead, left hand slides down the back leg. And this is going to bring us into our side angle. So with your next breath, begin to reach long over your right leg. Either the right elbow will come to the right thigh, or scoot that block into your inner right ankle. Top arm is reaching straight up, just like triangle. You can use the block. I like to bring my hand all the way down to the ground. You're welcome to do that as long as you can really lengthen your torso. We're going to do exactly what we did in triangle. Wrap your left arm behind your back so you can roll your left shoulder back. You roll your left side ribs back. Keep breathing. Now to come into the side angle, a little bit different than what we did in triangle. To come into the side angle, we're going to find that full extension. I want you to slide your left hand right past your left ear and extend that left arm long. So now you are long from the outer edge of your back foot to your top fingertips. Challenging part, spin your ribs to the left. Keep breathing. Final round. Okay, we're going to need our abdominal engagement to come up out of this. Top arm leads you. Slowly return to the warrior two. Good. And then from here, straighten the front leg, parallel the feet, release the arms, and take a moment to soften the face. Again, that point of self-study where we observe the part of you. For most all of us, there's something that tries to dominate or overwork, usually out of habit. For me, it's my jaw. Okay, we'll prepare for the second side. So again, the block will be behind your left heel. Open the arms wide, rotate the left leg, toes face forward, right heel releases back. A big inhale, long torso. Triangle. Exhale, reach long over the left leg, hand to block or shin. Top arm reaches straight up. Yeah, I'm going to bring my hand to my shin. Ankle. So do spread the ball of your left foot. You're turning your left leg out in the hip socket. And then that back leg wants to buckle, don't let it. A firm back leg. Keep breathing. Okay, so you press your feet into the ground, your whole torso lengthens over your left leg. Here we go. We're going to wrap the right arm behind the back. So you roll your right shoulder back, you roll your right side ribs back, you're breathing. Okay, you're going to keep everything as is. Extend that that top arm, that right arm right up, back up towards the sky. Final round of breath, spin the ribs to the right. Good, okay. Power the feet into the ground. Inhale, rise all the way to stand, coming right into the warrior two. Stance might get a little bit longer. So that left knee is above the ankle. Please note the back leg tends to want to buckle, but you're pressing the front of your thigh towards the back of your thigh. And then when you lift your abdominal muscles, buoyancy. Big inhale. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Left arm overhead. Just a couple of breaths here. It's our entrance into our side angle. Okay, so with your next breath, reach long over your left leg. And then either elbow to thigh or that block can come into the inside of your left foot. Right snug up against your ankle. Top arm reaches up. So it's like triangle in the upper half of the body. I'm going to bring my hand to the ground. Yeah, firm back leg, you're pinning your left hip underneath you. Now just like we did with the triangle, wrap your right arm behind your back. So you roll your right shoulder back, you roll your right side ribs back, that open chest, you're breathing. Now this time to add on, a little bit different than what we did in the triangle, you're going to slide that right hand right past your right ear to extend the top arm forward in that diagonal line. And then the challenging part, spin the ribs to the right. Final round. We're really going to need the abdominal lift to come on up. So lift the abdominal center, rise up, it's your warrior two. Okay, and then we're going to be coming to the vinyasa. So windmill the hands down to face the top of the mat. And step straight back to plank pose. You can always pause here or come to the down dog, or exhales chaturanga. Big inhale, back bend. Exhales the downward dog. Now, end of exhale, walk or step or hop the feet forward. Inhale to arch up halfway. And exhale to fold. You know, we're going to be coming into Malasana, the squat. So you're at the top of your mat in your forward fold. I'm going to swivel to face you just so it's easier to see. So in your forward fold, separate your feet a little wider than your hips. And most of us need to turn the toes out a little bit to come into the squat. So you're going to bend deep into your legs, and your elbows will press your knees wide. If the heels pop off the ground, you can slide a blanket or a bolster underneath. If knees are an issue, make a V shape with your blocks, and you can sit on your blocks. Do keep breathing. The tendency and our squat is for the back to round like cat pose. I want you to do the opposite. I want you to try to express cow pose across your chest, or almost like Sphinx. Remember when we were trying to draw the shoulder blades behind the heart and really open the collarbone line? It's not easy to do. Okay, you might just be here, or maybe you're on your blocks. I'm going to offer a little addition here. It's optional. If you're feeling stable, you're just going to lift your hips up a little bit, and then you descend back down. Okay? Small movement, big impact, right? Little lift, and then you release. Do it again. You're lifting the pelvic floor, you're lifting the abdominal center. Release. One more time. Lift, and release. And then pause here for a final round of breath. And then go ahead, you're going to bring your hands back behind you and sit down. And we're going to recline on the back, much like we did at the beginning of practice. So recline back as we prepare for our back bending. Okay, so you're preparing for bridge. So feet are as wide as the hips, the heels walk close into the hips. Keeping your head still. Press the feet into the ground, lift the hips up. The tailbone lifts towards the knees. You're going to interlace your fingers underneath you and scoop your shoulders underneath you. Okay, do squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another. Lift the tailbone towards the knees and breathe. One more big inhale, and then with your exhale, release your hands, release your back down, butterfly. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide. I like to bring my arms to cactus arms. Okay, arms are bent, backs of the arms rest on the ground. Scoop the shoulder blades in and down the back. The eyes could close here. Setting up for a second bridge. So plant the soles of the feet on the ground. Again, heels walk close in, feet are parallel. Power the feet into the ground to lift the hips up. Tailbone lifts, interlace, scoop the shoulders underneath. Okay? Now imagine a block between your inner thighs. Squeeze the block and breathe. I'm going to offer a variation today. Okay, it's optional. If you're feeling stable here, move your left foot a little bit more to center. Keep imagining the block between the inner thighs as you extend your right leg towards the sky and really reach through the ball of your right foot. Make a footprint with your left foot as you slide your right leg up an imaginary cylinder. One more big inhale, and then exhale, right foot releases down. Releasing your hands all the way down. You'll come to butterfly. Soles of the feet together. Find those cactus arms. You can let the eyes close. Last one. Set up for your bridge. Imagine the block between the inner thighs, lift the hips, interlace, scoop the shoulder blades in towards one another. Keep squeezing that imaginary block with your inner thighs. Now if you did it on the first side, you'll add on, right? So the right foot comes a little bit more to center. Keep squeezing the imaginary block as the left leg extends towards the sky. Flare the toes of the top foot. Now as you make a footprint with your right foot, slide your left leg up an imaginary cylinder. Final big inhale. And then exhale, release that foot down, release the hands. A final time, butterfly. Draw the knees in towards one another. I want you to keep your energy close to the ground. We're on the ground right now. We're transitioning to seated, but keep the energy close to the ground. Okay, so move slowly. You're going to roll onto your right side. Press the ground away. Come up to seated. Face me. We're coming into Upavishta Konasana, which is our wide leg split. And almost all of us need a little bolster to sit on or some kind of lift. You can always roll your mat up and stick it underneath you. Okay, hands are going to be back behind you, feet are flexed. So you're sitting tall. Toes point straight up, and that is deceptively challenging to do that. Okay, so you might be here today, you might feel intense stretch already. Or the hands come in front of you. Keep the front torso long, let this be gradual. You begin to fold forward. So we're in no rush because we're trying to avoid cat. That little expression of cow or sphinx pose across the collarbone line. Slow breath. You could stack a block underneath the head. I'm going to stack my fists, and gradually my forehead will descend towards my fists. One more cycle of breath. And from here, slowly walk your way back up. We're going to lift underneath the knees, bend the legs, draw the legs together, and just give the legs a little hug. You can rock left to right. Okay, we're going to end with a twist, so extend both legs right out in front of you. You're going to bend your right leg, step the right foot on the ground, and then cross your right foot over your left thigh. Okay, and you might stay here with that bottom leg straight. Or we're coming into the twist, so you lean to your left and you're going to wrap that bottom leg around so both sit bones are on the ground. Okay, so do make sure your sit bones are level. And then you're going to bring your right hand to the ground behind you. Left arm reaches up with a big inhale. And with your exhale, either hug the top knee or hook the elbow. Right, as you begin to spin the ribs to the right. Now we're going to animate the twist with the breath. So with your inhale, lift the top of your chest up. And then keep that with your exhale, deepen the twist to the right. And I want you to feel the presence of your shoulder blades on your back. So there's the slightest expression of that cobra, right? So what I mean by that is the activation of the shoulder blades on your upper back lifts your chest. So every inhale you find it, and every exhale you deepen. Final round Look over your right shoulder. And then we'll slowly untwist. Just take a little counter twist to your left. And come back to center. Extend both legs right out in front of you. You're going to bend your left leg and plant the sole of the left foot on the ground. Left foot crosses over the right thigh. You could stay here, right? Or we come into the full twist where you lean to the right a little bit so you can wrap that bottom leg around. Both sit bones are balanced on the ground. Okay, so it's the left hand that comes to the ground behind you. Right arm reaches up, big inhale. And then exhale, hug that top knee or hook the elbow as you begin to spin the ribs to the left. But we need to build more here, right? We need to find the lift. So with your inhale, lift the top of the chest up, gather the shoulder blades on your upper back. And then with that lift, you exhale and you deepen the twist. Breath by breath, you're doing that. Final round, you're looking over your left shoulder. Good, and then from here we'll slowly untwist, look forward. That little counter twist to the right. And come back to center. Extend your legs right out in front of you. Circle your ankles if you can twirl your hands at the same time. So ankles and wrists, fingers and toes. Hear some sounds. My toes are popping. Good. And then we'll come to recline. So swivel, facing forward, recline back. Give the legs a final hug. Any final release that the body might need here, you can take a moment for it. I'm going to come into the happy baby for a final release. Soles of the feet face the sky. I'm grabbing the outer edges of my feet. Feet and knees move wide away from one another. And then from here, you're going to release into your Shavasana. So just like we began, the arms and legs extend, or I'm going to come into legs up the wall. So if you want to transition and come to legs up the wall, please feel free to do that, right? You'll reposition your mat. Bring the sit bones right up close to the wall. And then swing the legs up the wall. attention back to your breath, beginning to slow down your breath. Perhaps extending the arms overhead, stretching through the arms. And if you have your legs up the wall like I do, slowly slide the feet down the wall. And we'll all roll onto the right side. Pause for a moment, let the head rest. And then press the ground away, make your way up to a final seated position. Turn the palms up, let the backs of the hands rest on your thighs, let the eyes close. Allowing the palms to grow very sensitive here. So dropping the attention of the mind right into your palms. And joining the palms together. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.